Welcome back to the channel. I got my co-host Hayes. Today we have an install video. We're going to be installing a switch panel from Mictuning. They sent us out one to do an unboxing and a review. We're going to light up some pods and see the different functionalities that it can do. So let's get to the unboxing. All right, first and foremost, we got to get this boy fed. All right, so like I said, we got this from Mictuning. Ready for the grand reveal? So in the box we have instructions, stickers, foam. This is for you, son. This is for you. We got a rubber case for switch panel. We have the control box to route all your wires into. Wow, it's pretty heavy. We have circuit breaker, 60 amp circuit breaker, brackets. This is for what I'm assuming is for this. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, something of that nature. Wiring, battery to the control box, and add a fuse. What I'm assuming goes from the control box to the add a fuse to a fuse inside the vehicle. They included a screwdriver, mounting hardware, zip ties, and more brackets for the control box. We also got some Amazon special LED pods. Nothing special. I just needed something to get on the control box here. We have some Velcro tape and mounting hardware for the light pods. We're going to be installing this on a Tacoma. I forgot to add that. 3rd gen Tacoma. So I'm going to go pull in the Tacoma inside because it's kind of windy, and we'll get this all fused up. Alright, here we got a 2022 Tacoma. Nah, I'm just playing with y'all. We're not going to use this one. I'm going to pop the hood. I plan on using the fuse box cover as a mounting plate. I've seen other people do it, so I know it's been done. Circuit breaker here, control box here, and then the actual control panel. Oh, very nice and ductile. I like that. We'll go through the firewall, through this grommet here, into the cab. So it's pretty simple. Red wire from here to here, here to here. Ground from here to here. Pretty darn simple. First, I'm gonna clean up the fuse box cover. That way we have a clean mounting surface. I don't have any cleaner on me, so all I have is some isopropyl. Nice and clean. I'm gonna do all the wiring first, then apply the Velcro that we got. Supposedly it's super strong, but if not, I saw on the internet that they sell some brackets that go here and here, and you could put the panel control unit on top of that bracket. But we'll see how this goes for now. Alright, at this point, I have all my ground and my positive all wired up. I'm just going to see how this is going to act when I touch the batteries. Because there's 2 ways you could turn this on. You could either do battery mode or using an add a fuse. So when the car is on, this turns on. But if you have it in battery, it'll always stay on because it'll be constantly to the battery. So that's a nice feature this has. So I'm going to try battery and see if anything happens when I connect the terminals. Oh, we got power. I don't know if you can see the LED, but we got power. So I wired everything correctly. This is so easy. Go get yourself one. All right, but I don't want that. So I'll be wiring an add a fuse from the control box to inside, and I'll show you which fuse I use. I'm also going to go ahead and add these Velcro to the bottom of the control panel. That way it can't go nowhere. And if I do need to remove it to add some wiring, it's easy as snapping it right off. And the cover. There you go. And then amp here, wire it to the red, just like that. And black, the ground will go right here. Easy peasy. I'll hook it up to the battery last. That way we don't get shocked. All right, so I got two wires here. One for the control box inside and one that I'm gonna route and add a fuse on the inside as well. There's this little grommet here through the firewall that we're just gonna shove right through and pull through the cap. All right, so like I said, we had to route this wire for the actual switch panel itself, and then this wire, that way when the car's turned on, this is turned on. So I want it to turn on when the car's on. We routed these wires through the little rubber grommet right there. We just poked a hole through that, and now it leads us to the inside. Hopefully you could see that. Nonetheless, so they come out through there. I have the add fuse connected to my USB charging port. And this wire, we're going to put probably somewhere here to control the actual control panel itself. All right, so funny story. My mic died halfway through the install video. So I'm just going to show you how I cleaned up. So if we look inside, I have the switch panel in the cubby there, easy access. And here inside the engine bay, control unit there, 60 amp fuse here, all securely snug. We'll go ahead and wire these LED pods real quick. That way we can see all the functionalities that this panel can do. And it's super easy. So this is just for demonstration purposes, but I have the switch panel right here. Since I have that add fuse wired in to when only the key's in the ignition, it's not going to turn on. But when I put the truck in accessory mode, ta-da! Alright, hopefully that's a good angle. The number 1 button to one pod and the number 2 to another pod. So to operate this, it's super simple. To turn on the panel itself, press power. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. To turn off the pods, just press it. Now there's more functions to these besides on and off. Something cool that this can do is you hold this light button here, hold it, and you wait till it flashes to choose what function you want it on. So I'll have one on blue, one on purple. So when we turn on number 1, blue meaning it only turns on when you hold it. Purple, I believe, is a strobe or a flash. Other functions include emergency blinker. So we'll have both of them become emergencies. Oh, that's cool. Together, pretty cool. Like I say, all you have to do is hold that light switch, and then you could adjust what function you want the light to do. So red meaning on, off. Blue only on when you hold it and off when you let go. Purple is a flash. And green, emergency. And then as far as the third button go, you could change the backlit function of the switch panel itself. You got purple, white, red, yellow, green, darker green, teal, and blue. And you could just cycle through. I personally will have it at blue because I just like that. And I plan to have my switch panel right here. So as you can see, that's where I plan to place my switch panel. That way it's easy access to press whatever I need to press. Yeah, so wiring those pods into the switch panel itself took like a minute each. And it was super easy to do it. If you have any questions, hit my DM at HJR Taco on Instagram.